Of questions, one of the biggest being whether LeBron James will return, and if so, whether a deal can be worked out. James offered some intriguing comments on his Mind the Game podcast yesterday about what would matter most if he comes back for his 24th season. Listen to this.
Winning is most important because you want to be excited about going to work every day. You want to be excited about, like I said earlier, winning the day, and being around a group of guys that, feel the same way and trying not to take steps backwards. I'm not going anywhere where it's a start over at year 24 or things of that nature. Yeah, I'm done with that.
All right, so we're going to speculate about this till he comes out and makes a decision. But what is your reaction to what LeBron just alluded to in those comments?
I think LeBron, throughout that whole conversation, is negotiating. He sits on the Lakers' books right now. I think we'll have an answer about whether LeBron James will be a Laker or not by the time we get to an NBA draft. And if he doesn't sign in to get that amount of money that he's going to want as a Laker, if there's no plan that's going to come to him, I think we'll see LeBron James talking about going to another team, because I think the Lakers are going to have to come to an ultimate decision on whether they're going to keep him on the roster, pay him, or whether they're going to let him go and kind of build without him.
So the NBA draft, what, about a month? A little less than a month away? Kirk, what do you think about LeBron? What he said about his future?
Listen, we took the bait. He threw his fishing pole out there and let the bait just hang in, and he caught some big fish. He caught the attention that he wanted while his ass is sitting at home. It's nothing. Look, I've been knowing Braun all my life. He moves like the president. He already has a plan in place. He know what he's doing. He know what his next move is. He know what the counter is gonna be. He know where he want to go, where he want to be, if he want to be on the Lakers. He already know that. Like, this right here was just throwing the bait out to get some more national media attention real quick, to get people talking about it, and here we are talking about it again. He already got his plan in place.
Well, what do you think his plan is?
I don't know. He ain't gonna tell nobody. Let me tell you why, Shay. I was in the locker room with LeBron James, okay? My last year in Cleveland. We went to the NBA Finals. I used to be at this man's house, watching the games, eating his groceries, okay? And this man not one time gave me any type of clue or insight that he was leaving and going to LA. We heard the whispers, but I'm sitting, it's me and him. He already knew he was gone. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, Braun already knows. Him and Rich Paul already got a plan together. And guess what? Nobody's gonna know but those two guys. And when it pop up and he make his decision, then we'll know. Other than that, I'd rather just keep talking about the finals. Conference finals.
Go ahead, Stephen A.
It's not always true. Biggest story of my career, which story did I break? I'm taking my talent to South Beach. Someone always talks to somebody. And you just got to know what trees to shake.
Oh, there you go.
That doesn't mean it happens every time. That doesn't mean it happens every time. Now, I can say that because that wasn't the only story that I broke. Throughout my career as a beat writer, I broke numerous stories. That's what ultimately propelled me to television. You have to find the soft spots and you squeeze. That's journalism. That's how it goes. And so you find the soft spot and you squeeze. That's what you do. So go back, Philadelphia Inquirer, 17 years. I broke a whole bunch of stories for the newspaper. That's what comes with it. So again, it's not always that nobody knows. Somebody always knows. Always. You just have to know where the spots are.
Are you guys 5 years old? Really? Are we 5 years old here? What is going on? Like, this is like a lunch table in junior high. I can't stand any of you.
I'm so sorry.
I'm just saying. Listen. Shay, let me say this real quick. Let me say this real quick, Shay. It's not as applicable today as it was back in the day because of the advent of social media and everything gets out in 2 minutes and all of that other stuff. But back in the day, before all of that happened, when you were a beat writer and you were actually on the beat, It took a special skill to break stories, and those who broke stories, made careers for themselves. And you're looking at one of them. Squeeze.
Okay, Knicks fans have been waiting 53 years.
Talk to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just undressing Cleveland at MSG. Josh Hart didn't play in the Knicks comeback, at least the last 10 minutes of it. Here he is on that.
At the end of the day, for me, I don't have an ego to it. I put the success of the team over the success of myself any day.
He had plenty of personal success last night in Game 2, however. Already an 11-point game. Make it 14. Josh Hart working on his 7th 20-point playoff game with the Knicks. He's wide open top of the key. Lonely open. Later, Hart, another wide open corner triple. Mike Brown said he was great. He was decisive. He was also consistent on open threes. 7 of 28 on open three-pointers in the first 11 games of this postseason. 5 of 11 last night alone. It's a 15-point game. Hart, 2 of his playoff career-high 26 points. Knicks 109, Cavs 93. Here's Stephen A., though, with a message for Cleveland.
I was incredibly alarmed, flabbergasted as to how anemic Cleveland's defense was. Did you see how wide open Josh Hart was? You're just looking at Cleveland and like, hello, do you not know that this is the Eastern Conference Finals, that, you're 4 wins away from going to the NBA Finals? Where's the level of urgency and what have you? You didn't see that from Cleveland at all. Cleveland's defense was very, very alarming. And to be quite honest with you, just an absence of intelligent basketball.
Senior NBA writer Brian Windhorst is with us here, and he was at the Garden with them last night for Game 2. I want to show you what Stephen A. said, right? Talks about the defense. The Cavs offense also shot, Brian, just 39% from the floor. What is their biggest issue in your eyes, offense or defense?
Unfortunately, I have to report that leaving Josh Hart open was, in fact, the Cavs' game plan. Anyway, but the reason the Cavs were doing that is they were playing the percentages, and the percentages that the Cavs use is that they're going to be great on offense. They are here in the Eastern Conference Finals because of their great offense, and they know they have defensive deficiencies, but when their offense doesn't keep it up, frankly, they're not going to look like a very formidable team, and that's what happened last night. They missed 26 three-pointers, and you're going to see a lot of open ones here, especially from Sam Merrill. That one was contested, but Sam Merrill is a vitally important player for them, and he couldn't get anything to go down. In fact, their bench went 1 of 15 on three-point shooting. And look, the Cavs are a top 5 offensive team. They are a middle-of-the-pack defensive team. When the Knicks have it going offensively, the Cavs are going to have to match it. They were not able to do that. This was an offensive loss for Cleveland last night, but that's not to say their defense was that great either.
Cleveland shot 39% from the field. Meanwhile, the Knicks 52%, and they had an 18-0 run in the third quarter led by Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart. You mentioned their offense. What specifically are you seeing in their offense these first 2 games of the series, Wendy?
Well, Gary, we saw them more for the middle of the playoffs and go with Karl Towns as their offensive hub, and they have shifted back to Brunson because the matchup favors that. The Cavs' perimeter defense is not as strong, and Brunson has turned right back into the facilitator, and they're going to help off of Josh Hart to try to deal with Brunson, and Brunson is just attacking it and killing it. So 14 assists last night, an absolutely brilliant point guard performance. He was distributing all over the place. And let me just say that Hart, even though we're going to show and remember the 3-pointers he hit, Hart had 7 assists last night. So a lot of times Brunson was being the hockey assist, going to Hart, and then they would keep going. It was a powerhouse performance by an excellent team that is 2 wins from representing the Eastern Conference in the NBA Finals.
We'll see if the Cavaliers have any punch in them. Game 3 tomorrow night in Cleveland. Brian Windhorst joining us this morning on SC. Wendy, much appreciated.